Hi, welcome to Building Web APIs with Flask. In this first section, I want to help you set up your machine so that you can try the examples that we are going to be using in this class. So let's begin with Python interpreters. The versions that I tested with the examples in this class are Python 3.4 and 2.7. You're free to use the one that you prefer. My recommendation is that you go with Python 3.4. That's the latest version of Python at this time. But 2.7 will work great as well. You will need to have virtual environments to set up the software that we are going to use. So if you're using 3.4, you have it natively. If you're using 2.7, you will have to install virtual env on your computer. Next, you will need to have Git installed so that you can download the code that I have on GitHub. So you should go to git-scm.org and get an installer if you don't have it already. So now that you're ready, let me show you the steps that you need to do to get the code installed on your computer. So you are going to clone the GitHub repository, and for that, you're going to do git clone, and the address is github.com Miguel Grinberg O'Reilly Flask APIs video.git. So this will download the code. Now you have it on your computer. So speaking of GitHub, I wanted to mention that I created this project in an unusual way that I hope will benefit you. So let me go to the GitHub project on the web. This is on the same address, so you can see it here, github.com/Miguel Grinberg/O'Reilly Flask APIs video. So something I wanted to mention is that the different applications that we're going to be seeing are basically centered around two main applications that we are going to be improving as we progress through the class. So when you look at the commits, you are going to see a progression of features that we are going to be discussing in this class. And this is something that I also did in my book that was very useful, so I decided to repeat it for this class. You can go at any time and look at the commit list, and if you are interested in a particular feature, you can look at the changes that implement that feature isolated from the rest. So for example, if I was interested in learning about error handling, I could go to the commit that implements error handling, and this will show me graphically the changes that went into the application to implement error handling. So I'm going to cd into that directory, and now I'm going to create my virtual environment to work on the examples. I'm going to be using Python 3.4 here, so I'm going to create my virtual environment using the venv module that comes with it. If you're using virtual env, you will say virtual env space VM. So now I have the environment. I'm going to activate it. And now that I have it activated, I'm going to install the requirements. If you look at the folder here in the examples, there's a requirements.txt file. So I'm just going to install all the software that we will use to support our examples. And that will include Flask and a few extensions. So there we go. This is going to take a little bit. It's going to install Flask, SQL Alchemy, and a few other things. Okay, so now we have all the software installed, and we are ready to begin with the first lesson.